What's up, you guys? We are back with another great episode of Culture or Clickbait. I'm your girl, Daysha E.
And it's your boy, Dante.
And y'all already know we take the hottest headlines in music, sports, and entertainment and determine whether it's for the culture
or simply for clicks.
And we just gonna get right on to it because there are things to talk about as this week has been pretty juicy, okay? All right. Ice Spice and who we can call now her former friend, Cleo Trapper, were online going at it as they talked about Cleo Trapper's experience on the Y2K tour. Y'all, just take a look because this is sort of kind of a long story, but we just gonna give y'all a little snippet to sum it up.
Nobody should make you feel less than or make you feel like shit because they gave you an opportunity. It does not matter. It does not give a door, an open way for somebody to try to humiliate you or try to make you feel less than.
Okay, so as y'all saw in that clip, Cleo simply was just saying that her experience on that Y2K tour was just terrible. She felt like she was the token black friend, as well as she just felt mistreated. And a lot of the examples of things that she gave, like them not letting her order a chicken salad or just simply not having a place for her to get ready to do hair and makeup or having her own hotel room, was just very nasty. It just very much gave y'all were not there to look out for her. Now, Dante, she did state that Ice Spice did call her probably like a day or so before the tour was actually about to happen and asked her to come out to be a part of it and told her that everything will be taken care of for her. Clearly, that didn't happen.
I mean, so from what I've gathered from watching some of the clips that I've seen, I'm gonna start here. Ice Spice is definitely wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm an Ice Spice fan, so that's crazy, right? She's wrong in this case because Ice Spice, one, you invited this girl onto your tour and you didn't have anything laid out for her. Now, I know you might say, well, that's not your job to do, you know, and it's not your space, but at the same time, you're still her friend, right?
Right.
So as a friend, there are certain things I still expect from you as my friend. Don't just leave me out high and dry. And to invite her on your tour, not really have her set up with any type of like real hair and makeup situations, and not to mention all the girl asked for was some food, like food.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about like thousands of dollars. We just asking for food.
You see, my issue with it is there's two sides to this, right? Ice should have not said that everything will be taken care of,
right?
And that would have alleviated her being called the bad friend. Because to say everything will be taken care of and then to orchestrate in the background things not being taken care of for her and to tell Cleo Trapper stuff like my team is not here to work for you, yes, that is valid, but it does not stand in this argument simply because you told her everything will be taken care of.
Exactly.
Now, Cleo, something that you were supposed to do was make sure that your ducks were in a row regardless of what Spice had told you, and based upon what you telling us, y'all friendship is a type of friendship where y'all only meet up when y'all going out somewhere or only when everybody's done up and glammed. Y'all not at home chilling in the house, homegirls, Netflix and eating food type vibe. Y'all have a very commercial friendship. So with that being considered, you should have had your stuff together and still came up with something with your team. However, you could have whipped it up in those 24 hours, or you were supposed to say no to taking that tour.
And that's the key word right there. They're not best friends.
No.
You know, they might have a good relationship, a good business relationship, but they're not best friends. So not being best friends means, hey, if you're gonna come on my tour, me, if I was in Cleo's space, I would have said, regardless, I'm gonna have my things in order.
Yeah.
You know, because what if I show up and I don't like your hairdresser?
Yeah.
You know, let me have my things on the side or just like on call. So if I need to press green light go, I can just go ahead and do what I gotta do. Well, anything that you so-called got planned for me doesn't really stand in my way.
For sure. Now, do you think that this is a culture or a clickbait thing?
I think this is honestly it's two parts for me. Because it's not so much that it's clickbait, because this is actually a serious issue. Mm-hmm. It happens more than we actually think it does.
For sure.
A lot of times this happens on the back end. But I would say culture-wise, it's a conversation to be had, because this is a conversation that tells everyone on both sides, you need to make sure you have your stuff laid out.
Yeah.
And then on the side of the artist like Ice Spice, you need to make sure you're fully transparent with a person before you even invite them onto anything you have going on.
Yeah.
If you invite her, tell her, look, you can come on, be a part of my tour, but you're gonna have to pay your own way.
Yeah, I think that this is culture for me simply because it shows kind of how like the hazing process to being on the road is. I feel like some of the things that happen are the things that simply happens when it's a headliner and then it's somebody thrown on the show. So certain things, yes, but I think that it is still very nasty because I am a girl's girl, right? So whoever I invite, I'm going to make sure that you are good, but I am also the type of person that I don't put all my eggs in one basket. And from a business standpoint, Cleo, you was not supposed to put all your eggs in that ice basket.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the only reason this happened is because they were friends.
Yeah.
If they weren't friends, she would have never even went into that situation with that mindset.
Probably.
That is for the culture.
Ressa Tessa is going from TikTok to TV as she has recently gotten the opportunity to turn her 50-part story into an actual show. And this right here is how you go viral using TikTok. Y'all take a look.
This is part 6 of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? So, where we left off. So obviously, my doctor had called and told me there was no heartbeat. The pregnancy was not viable at that point.
So, I'm not gonna lie. I actually sat and watched all parts of this Ressa Tessa short series.
No, sir.
I mean, so at first I wasn't gonna watch it because I'm like, this is way too much for me. But I sat down, I was like, I'm gonna have an open mind. I watched it, and she just went on, and each episode, it was like she set you up to go watch the next clip. There was no way you was gonna watch one and not wanna watch 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and on and on and on. So it was already had like an interesting story to it. Now, personal opinion, I feel like this story was a lot about her own set in insecurities.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the guy had his parts that he played into what he did to her as well. Now, you guys, if y'all have not watched that series, as you see in this clip, it definitely gets really, really deep. But let's talk about the idea that this one viral series that she did on TikTok, which set the tone for a lot more viral series, basically got her a show.
Yeah.
Like, it's now a show. And if you're not familiar, Natasha Rothwell, which is the character from Insecure who plays Kelly, she's actually gonna produce and star as the main character for the Ressa Tessa Who the Fuck Did I Marry series.
That is what you call like divine intervention in timing, because I'm almost sure when she made that series, she was not thinking that somebody of that status would actually come in and turn this into a show. Cause I didn't either.
I'm sure she did it, because even when she did it, she was like, she was emotional.
Yeah.
It was more so emotions, high emotions. She was not thinking nowhere about, oh, this was gonna be a show. There was no strategy, no nothing behind it.
Nothing.
And then the kind of ridicule she got behind it, I know she didn't think it would get this far.
Yeah, it did. The story itself traveled very, very far. So I'm not surprised that it made it that high up, but I am surprised that it's going to be turned into a show.
Charlamagne even talked trash about it.
Yes.
He was like, I think he said big back problem.
That's not nice.
That's not nice.
It's not, but
Hey, but her big back problem got her a big back
check.
check.
And I know somebody. I know that's right. Now I'm gonna say for me that this is clickbait gone cultural.
Definitely clickbait culture. It's
yes.
created a culture.
It has. Y'all, do not be another Ressa Tessa. Have some confidence about yourself, okay? Inside and out, regardless of what you look like. There is somebody out there that is gonna love you. You do not have to take the scraps.
So question, do we need to come out with a series for Cleo's TikTok rant?
No. No, Cleo don't need no series. What Cleo needed was to just either say yes to that tour or no to that tour, or let me get some things in order. I'm gonna have to bring at least one trusted person along with me. So yeah, no, she don't deserve no show for that. We love you though.
Now that for me is also for the culture. This is a big culture win for her. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So in other news, The Weeknd has officially dropped his album teaser. Now, I am a Weeknd fan, I will tell y'all no lie. So I've been waiting on this, especially after he told us a while ago that he was dropping it out of music. Right, he was retiring. Clearly that ain't happening, and I'm glad. So he finally dropped the title of the album. The album is called Hurry Up Tomorrow. Take a look at this teaser clip and tell me guys what y'all think in the comments.
The only thing I have to say about this teaser is I'm just trying to figure out why does it give like thriller, suspenseful, scary vibes, like the audio in the background.
Are you familiar with the last two albums he put out?
A little.
So this is actually a follow-up to the trilogy that he started. So the first one was After Hours, where it was basically it was kind of dark. But then the second one was Dawn FM. So Dawn FM was actually a depiction of the afterlife through a musical selection. So basically from top to bottom, he goes into like going into death, what happens after death, that whole process in between the afterlife, finding yourself. I'm guessing it comes with some research. So now with this new one being Hurry Up Tomorrow, I feel like that's just actually the awakening after the Dawn FM.
That makes sense.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, creatively, it is on point for him because since he started the trilogy, if you see he gets into the character.
He does, that we have
gets
seen.
Really into the character, down from the mask that he wore, the blood. Yeah. It's very gritty.
Didn't he have like a beat up like look?
Yeah,
like
that was After Hours. So that was the beat up look. Dawn FM, he had like the old man looking mask.
I do remember that.
He did the whole face look with the beard and everything. And
so much for retirement.
Right. I mean, how can you retire when you got music like that though?
I'm with you when you're right.
It's still I think for The Weeknd, it's still too early for him to be talking about retiring.
It is, but maybe this, the trilogy of albums that you're talking about probably has been therapeutic and probably like re-sparked something in him to want to finish that process. So I'm almost sure that he's gonna have something to say that'll be very impactful on this album.
I think so too, and it said that he started the trilogy back during 2020 when we had COVID. So I'm pretty sure all of that time that he had to actually put into developing this album, he was like, I just want to go ahead and put this out to the world and just see what they do.
Yeah,
because the same thing Beyonce did. Beyonce took all of that she did during COVID and came out with these Renaissance series.
The series of it, yeah.
I think it was a dope aspect to add to his musical selection. So I like it.
Yeah.
This for me is for the culture.
Now, since we on music, we have to also talk about Megan Thee Stallion releasing her new single, Never Play. Y'all take a quick look because the video definitely was on point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let them know we on the way. Counting zeros every day. You know that we never play.
Now, this new record features RM from a K-pop boys group called BTS. If you guys haven't heard of them, but I'm almost sure y'all have. BTS is the little Asian group that got the little black steel, you know what I'm saying? They be doing their little thing. They really do. They really do. BTS is actually a really good group. Now, I think that this video was very just like on point. And Megan and her team is doing a great job at having like a clear and concise rollout for how they want all of her stuff to look. And I love that they sticking to this whole anime vibe. Dante, what did you think about the video?
I definitely like that they're sticking to anime. One, because it's on brand for her, right? Her brand has always said since the beginning of her doing music that she loves anime. Yeah. She had a thing for anime. So to now incorporate it into her music, in her sound, and in her visuals, I think it's the perfect on-point branding for her. It actually is what I feel like is taking her to another level.
Yeah.
Because now she went from being like a US based artist. And
It's a crossover.
Right, and of course she crossed over in pop way before now, but now you ain't K-pop, like that's a whole nother lane.
Yeah.
You're in a whole nother world, basically.
Literally.
Yeah, by yourself, by the way.
Yeah.
Nobody else in hip hop is doing that.
Yeah.
So the
not
fact
really.
that she's able to do it and actually dominate in the space, and you know, it's debatable. Some may say she's not dominating right now. Me personally, as a Megan fan, she's dominating. Talk to your mama.
She's cute.
I love it for her.
She dominates more in the freestyle for me than she does on the actual track. But I think that she's doing great right now. My only is I don't like bippity boppity boo sounding songs.
What
And
bippity boppity boo?
her whole like hook is like bippity boppity boo. Like the main lines of the song is ABCD to me. It is. Her verses are really good to me, but I'm not a big fan of like simple hooks.
Do you like other simple hooks from other artists?
I do. You trying to be shady? I do. I'm just tired of hearing the bippity boppity boo from her on the hook.
If you don't like my girl Megan, just say you ain't care for Megan.
Like, bro, I get it. You're a star. Give me a little bit of technique on the hook too, just a little. But I understand that the attention span of her demographic of like people who are listeners, no shade. But we all know everybody's attention span is short at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have time to be trying to remember 10 words in one hook. So I get why it's so ABCD on the hook and then she goes in on the verses. But it's not my thing.
I ain't gonna lie though, I do feel like a lot of music right now does
It's dumb.
give that ABC.
Like, dumbed down,
Like,
yeah.
No shade at nobody. I love Glorilla. But Glorilla gives me that.
She does.
Everything
she
is
can.
kind of just A, B, C, surface level.
Yeah.
There's no real lyrical value to it.
Yeah, like it's no real playing with the cadences and like y'all not riding the backbeat. Everything is like in the foreground. It's very 1 + 1 = 2.
Before. Now, while we're on the subject of Megan, another good thing that she had for her this week is her Billboard cover.
Yes.
Take a look at these photos if you haven't seen them. I'm not gonna lie, it seems like Megan is very on point, like I said before, with her branding, because to come out with a Billboard cover at the same time you just dropped a single, not to mention you're still in the process of pushing your album, I think her rollout, the post-marketing, the pre-marketing, everything has been like set, perfect.
Yes.
It gives me old Beyonce marketing campaign. When Beyonce, her marketing like was back to back.
Yeah.
Almost like iconic. It's like the marketing Bible almost.
All
And
right.
she's
We dragging it.
Or you want me to say Nicki? Nicki
No,
marketing?
please don't. Preferably not. I think that these Billboard photos were very beautiful and elegant. I think that it showed Megan in like a soft element. I loved everything from like the glam, the hair, the makeup, even the color choices that they chose to put her in by putting her in like neutrals and browns and stuff. I think that they did a great job with this overall like magazine cover and campaign for her.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
I guess coming from you, that's good.
You keep
Megan.
trying to be shady.
Megan, I'm gonna maneuver her over to. Don't worry about it. She gonna become a Megan fan. Now, while we're on the object of music as well, lastly, the person who I actually feel has a good chance of doing some good things coming up in music is Lola Brooke.
Yes.
Lola Brooke has been killing it with the R&B, hip hop mesh. Like, it gives me so Foxy.
Yeah.
Honestly, like Foxy Brown. You know, she's short, petite, sweet, but then spicy
at the same time.
a little hot.
Uh-huh.
You know, I kind of like it. Like, if y'all haven't seen the video, take a look at this video real quick.
Always get what I want when I go put that shit on. He never tell me I'm wrong when he see me in the thong. He knocked the box out like a pro fighter. 24/7, we don't do no one-nighter.
So you guys, I am definitely a Lola Brooke fan and low-key a little stan for her, you know what I'm saying? I support the small, fun-sized, sweet but spicy girls, as I feel like I am one of those. Shout out to my girls that's like 5'2" and under, you know what I'm saying? But I think that Jeremiah was the person that will hook the listeners into this track, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't disagree. For me, it's basically because with Lola Brooke, she has like this particular sound.
Yes.
And I think for a long time they were playing with her sound, trying to find it. And once they found it, especially with that Bryson Tiller song that she did,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, okay, we found our sweet spot.
Yeah.
Let's stick to it. Now, Jeremiah being the bigger artist, and for that type of music, he dominates whatever he's on, honestly.
Yes, he does.
To me, Jeremiah is like almost like another Chris Brown to me when he get on songs
as a
and he does
feature.
features.
For sure.
Because he usually overpowers the feature. Because a lot of times I'll go back and listen to the song just because it's Jeremiah.
Yeah, you know who else is like that? Ty Dolla $ign.
Yes.
He's another good feature that end up dominating the person who was actually over the track.
You'll think
So
it's their record.
Yeah, so you have to be wise when choosing.
Honestly, I don't want her to get stuck in this box of just being a rapper who does like R&B records. Now, granted, to your point, that's what Foxy Brown was doing.
Yeah.
But then that goes back to my whole fear is that, you know, good music is good music.
Yeah.
You can't deny good music.
Yeah.
But then also there comes a time when good music can continuously be good music in one era.
Yeah.
So you never live outside of that era. So if she creates an era for her right now, after that era is done, what do we want next?
Right.
Like, granted, I love Foxy, but do I want to hear a Foxy Brown record in 2025, 2024? I don't know. Because I don't know what it would sound like.
Yeah.
I don't know if it could stand the test of time, or does it even relate to the time?
I just really want to see Lola get in that pocket of like bodying a real song, like from a rapper standpoint, not a female rapper standpoint, from a rapper standpoint, because I feel like she is one of those girl artists that can give us that.
Did you hear her record on Spice album?
I did.
Now that, I want to hear more of that
Yes,
from Lola.
yes. Give us some grunge, like some raw, like
Like,
just,
I want to hear her own record. You know how like when JT did her album, the first thing JT said was, I don't want to just be known as a feature artist.
Yeah.
I want to show my fans I can do like whole songs myself.
yeah, this is me in this project.
I want to see that Lola Brooke can hold down a full song by herself and not another Don't Play With It, because that was by mistake. That was just by chance.
Yeah,
I want to see her do another Don't Play With It
Yeah.
and hold down the entire record.
agreed.
Like that for me would definitely set Lola apart, because Lola got it. If there's only a few girls I feel like in this
Got it.
stage and era that has it, you know, alongside the Lottos and of course my girl JT and Megan and all those girls.
Yes, and the Dojas.
Doja, and I love Doja.
and
Doja on a whole nother
And
level.
yeah, hello.
Doja's
she
outta
is
here.
Very much the
Doja's
Dojas
by
and
herself.
the Doechis. You know what I'm saying? Like it is girls out here who are really bodying rap. And I just want Lola to be one of those girls whose name enters the chat and stays in the chat.
And her name is in the chat for me.
And me too.
Right, I needed to stay there.
It got to stay though. It got to stick for sure. Now I'm gonna say everything that's happening in music right now has definitely been for the culture for me.
Yeah, definitely for the culture. Music right now is, I feel like we're getting that spin back that we wanted. You know?
Yeah.
Music is spinning the block on good music.
Yes, quality music and making it make sense
So
for sure.
who's ever in these seats at these record labels, keep doing what you're doing right now, because your eye for good music is coming back.
Yeah, for sure.
So while we're on the topic of music, one more thing that I want to cover, and it's not the best news. Condolences goes out to the family of Rich Homie Quan, family, friends, and celebrities alike. He recently passed this week. He found dead in his home. And I just want to say, I'm kind of heavy-hearted when it comes to this death thing, because
Yeah.
it's been happening back to back.
Yeah.
This is like what, third week in a row we've had the
Yes.
Talk about somebody dying?
Literally. The whole Rich Homie Quan thing is just like extremely devastating. Like, y'all pray for Atlanta. I don't know what's going on in Atlanta with a lot of like their good staple artists and people that like created a sound or kicked down a door to introduce a new field to music, but everybody's somewhat dropping like flies. And I know for me, like, I am a Rich Homie Quan real fan. Like, I lived in Georgia in my 11th grade year, so that was like 2012-ish. And from 2012 all the way to about 2015, I'll say, Rich Homie took me from 11th grade all the way through my sophomore year of college. Like, shout out to DJ Loose Kid and FAMU and Coliseum days, because if any FAMU supporters are watching this and any alumni, y'all know Rich Homie Quan used to shut down Coliseum. It used to be a light show.
What was your favorite song?
It's hard. Like, I fuck with you, girl, blah, 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 man of the year, differences. It's too many.
I have my one favorite song, and if you're from South Florida, y'all know this song like the back of y'all hand. I'm feeling like the man when I walk through.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
No, sped up, the sped up version.
The sped up version.
Yes, the sped up version. Everybody took walk through up and through
And his
there.
verse on Lifestyle.
Man.
We need to get the DJ up here so
We
he can
gotta
do the
stroll the
song.
lifestyle. Dang, Quan.
I don't remember.
I'm fucked up by this. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. I just had to get real hood about it because I really am.
They took you back to the hood?
Man.
This one is definitely for the culture though. Regardless of whatever conversation we've had all day, this is for the culture because this shifted the culture when it happened.
Y'all just catch me stare off into the distance because Rick home, baby. Rick home, baby. I honestly just wrap this whole thing up.
Do it again.
No.
Do it again.
Rick home, baby. I'm honestly, you're laughing and I might be playing a little bit, but I'm really not playing. I'm sad. I am saddened by this. And then did you see all these girls coming out on the internet?
Oh,
like, my man.
Can we
my
talk about
man.
that before we move on, please?
Yes.
Because there's a few things there. First, the fact that his girlfriend found him. Let's
That's
start there.
devastating.
So you found your man dead.
But the audio calling 911 and the operator, she's just like so calm and it's like, bro, ma'am, are you there?
Like somebody's dead.
Like, I understand it's their job to be calm, but it's just, the girls though coming out of the woodworks.
Erica Banks got a lot of flack from the fans about that.
Erica Banks, and it was a whole nother girl that popped up. I don't remember her name, but a whole nother girl popped up. And this is my thing, right? If y'all was in the gray space or in hiding or in secrecy,
You should have stayed
Sneaky Lincoln, when he was alive, do not wait till people pass to come out to shake the room and do all of that. Y'all was supposed to take it to them people doorstep if y'all wanted the man that bad. Back when he was alive, you know what I'm saying?
It's
But
almost like kind of disrespectful.
it is.
Like, let's just say, and he wasn't married, but let's just say he was married. Would you still would have done that? That's disrespectful to the family, to the friends, to anybody who's mourning his death. Because now it's like you're bringing mess around his name.
Yeah, like
let the man legacy live in peace.
And let's be clear, I understand like guys do men stuff, right? So yeah, you may know a couple of his homeboys, a couple of people from the set that he run with or whatever the case may be, but call them and cry with them. Don't jump on the internet and cause a whole uproar and now all y'all gotta show up to the funeral.
But my question is why? Like why? Does it change the price of tea in China? The fact that you showed that y'all was hugged up. He's dead now, so it doesn't even matter.
It really don't.
He's not here to defend himself. Because there could be deeper meanings to all of that.
Yeah.
And we don't know because he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like if you've been in hiding, just stay in hiding, stay in mourning, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could come to the funeral, just come to the funeral with some sense now, because we putting people out. I don't know. If I was his mama or his grandma or anything, I'm making an announcement, baby. I don't know who was who. The last girl I saw was her.
The main one.
That's all I know.
And
Now,
if
the
you ain't
rest
see,
of
if she
y'all,
ain't seen y'all, then y'all never mattered.
if y'all
to be
ain't meet
honest.
grandma, y'all
ain't
really
matter.
not her.
What you should have did, and let me put you on a little game. What they should have did, if you're gonna do it, like if you're gonna do it right. If
Yeah.
you're gonna do it, wait till the funeral and everything has passed.
Hello.
And then go to posting your pictures.
Exactly.
Like, oh, I miss you so much. The funeral is over. Everybody done did what they did. You done came to the funeral. You're good now.
Yeah.
Now you can't even show up to the funeral with a straight face.
Exactly. Now they probably got pictures like they have at the hair store for the people that be stealing with your face right at the front saying you can't come in now. But if you would have been quiet, you would have been able to cry at the funeral with a nasty piece of veil on and a nasty black dress, giving first lady tease, though you like third lady. Like,
Right,
y'all
cause
don't
some
be doing
conversation.
stuff.
Let somebody walk into the funeral and be like, who is that in the big black gown? Like she's white.
Exactly.
Y'all don't even know why she
Third
got
man,
on that gown.
Third man in the building.
Third, fourth, five.
Man.
But yeah.
nah, in all seriousness, we send love, condolences, and strength to all of Rich Homie Quan's family, friends, and counterparts, just anybody that has been touched by his music or anybody that grew up with him, just everybody, because this is very tough on the Atlanta music culture as well as tough on hip hop.
Let me ask you this. Do you remember a few years back, almost like a decade ago, when Pepsi did the Super Bowl commercial and they had Beyonce, Britney Spears, and Pink?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, so fast forward, they have actually revamped that commercial and has brought it back with Travis Kelce and Megan Thee Stallion at the face.
Okay.
What they're doing is basically putting them as the kickoff to the football season, using the Gladiators movie again.
Right.
Now, Gladiators, they're getting ready to release Gladiators too. So I think that was the perfect partnership for them to do.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't know, Travis Kelce is the boyfriend to Taylor Swift. And we all know Megan Thee Stallion. Of course, the Stallion. Let's take a look at this video real quick. We want to know what you guys think.
Silence! Open the gates. Hey, I don't see competition. I don't let haters stop me. I do my big one every time because I know it's watching.
So I think that was pretty dope because if you're a fan of both, just to see it remade again
Yes.
in a new era, I think like for something like that, it was amazing for me because I am definitely a Gladiator movie fan. And I'm actually a Megan Thee Stallion and Travis Kelce fan.
Yeah, and you come from that era. So you
Right.
were one of those kids that was sitting right in front of the TV when that commercial came on. Like, oh my God, this is
Exactly,
so
I
cool.
was there.
Yeah, for sure. So this is definitely like a for the culture moment for any of us who were able to see the original and then get to see this remake. So I think it's very timely, and then it also shows that nothing is new under the sun for real. Just bringing back some of those quality elements of like previous things that were done before to bring it now into the industry again. And I feel like that's gonna create a tempo of like integrity and of people doing their research and like deep diving and pulling from stuff that was done already and from archives to really like produce some new stuff, because the culture is getting lost in everything that's going on right now. So I feel like the only way to really revive it is to dig into our bag of certain things that was done probably like a decade ago and seeing how we could evolve those things and place them in today's culture.
Especially with a new generation.
For sure.
Like the generation, because that was basically millennials. So Gen Z, they never seen that commercial.
Yeah,
Like, they
Gen
didn't
Z
even know
probably
it
never
existed.
seen, Gladiator either. Like
Right.
they probably never even seen that.
So that now brings the Gladiator movie and this whole remake of the video. It brings all that to the forefront in a new element.
For sure.
And everybody loves Megan right now. We literally just talked about Megan almost 3 times throughout the whole show.
we did.
So Megan is definitely doing her thing. So that was even bigger for her and her fans.
Yeah.
Because now her fans can say, oh my God, like, look at Megan. And now granted, once again, just going back to Megan, this is right on point for her because all of this has happened within the same week.
Yep. For sure.
So once again, Megan, you're a rock star right now. This is definitely your time. Big up to you.
For sure. We got to give you that.
What?
Now, this for me is definitely for the culture.
This is for the culture. When we talk about sports and entertainment culture, this is definitely for the culture.
In recent news, Kendrick Lamar has been named the headliner for Super Bowl 2025 in New Orleans. And let's just say, as some people think that this is a win, you have some other people who feel like this is a major L for some of the local New Orleans legends that we know.
Now, I will tell you this whole idea that Kendrick Lamar is doing the Super Bowl headlining has started up a lot of drama.
Yeah.
And I think the drama mostly only comes from, because of course, Lil Wayne. If you think of Louisiana, think of New Orleans, the first person you think of Lil Wayne and Cash Money.
For sure.
So you automatically just expect that it's gonna have something to do with them.
Yeah.
Now, do I say I understand all parties and all parts of this situation? Yes, because sometimes, especially when it comes to politics, it doesn't matter what city you're in, because they're looking at it as, well, Kendrick Lamar is the bigger artist right now.
Yeah.
You know, in the eyes of them.
And sometimes it simply does boil down to what have you done lately.
Right. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah, that really is a thing. Like, you can be a legend and you could be somebody who has a great, body of work that you have put out multiple times back to back. But if you haven't done nothing lately, sometime that will put you to the back burner. Now, I totally agree with the fact that how can you guys leave out Lil Wayne and Cash Money in general? I think that will be a major L for Super Bowl to leave them out. I do think that there is more than enough room, space, and opportunity to merge both and to bring in Lil Wayne and to bring in Cash Money. And I will also just hope that from what Kendrick has shown of himself, I will also hope that he has enough integrity himself to say, well, I'm the headliner. Can I split up my show and split up my time and bring out X, Y, and Z and these other people? Because Lil Wayne definitely deserves this platform.
There was a statement that she put out, a young lady who actually worked with Lil Wayne before. And she basically stated that his professionalism was not there, and she would never book him for a headliner even again. Now, from her rant, she basically stated that he never showed up to any of the practices or the rehearsals. The dancers never saw him, none of the staff never saw him. And the day of the show, he just popped out on stage.
Okay.
So everybody planned for him technically not to even be there. So to see him was like, wow, how did this happen?
Right.
So there's a thing to be said that people talk in the industry.
Yeah.
And for someone like Wayne, who's been in the industry as long as he's been there, I'm sure he was aware of these things being said.
Yeah.
Or if not, he probably just simply didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I can't speak his mind. But from her statement alone, if it's true and if there's any truth to that, I can see how this situation can happen now where he won't be headlining.
Yeah.
Because all it takes is one call and someone to say no.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like give Wayne and Cash Money a segment in that Super Bowl show, regardless of what has previously happened or not, simply because they are people who put New Orleans and Louisiana on the map for us. Like I said, I hope Kendrick has the integrity to be the person to bring the conversation to the table if nobody else does. And he's shown himself to pretty much be a stand-up guy for the most part. So I have a decent amount of hope that we will see Lil Wayne in some way, shape, or form at Super Bowl 2025.
And both of them are big artists, so I wouldn't be mad. I'm not honestly, and I'm telling you the truth, I'm not mad at Kendrick performing.
Me neither.
But I also do want Lil Wayne to perform.
For sure.
I want Wayne.
He has the records. Now, this right here is definitely for the culture because we got to figure something out. The culture is online talking and screaming at you guys at this point saying, we want Wayne.
Like Super Bowl, at some point, you got to say, all right, we got to do something.
Yeah. The fireman coming.
I wonder what Master P feels about this, seeing that he's an ambassador.
I don't know, but tell Master P we need wrap snacks and noodles everywhere. I want them to blackify this Super Bowl so bad.
Masterpiece, send us some rap snacks.
Please, it's some
Please.
noodles.
I have my rap snacks right here next to me.
Would. They be good too.
I like the barbecue
The
flavor.
little baby ones be busted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Barbecue.
this is definitely for the culture.
For the culture. And that concludes another great episode of Cultural Clickbait. I'm your boy Dante.
And I'm your girl Daysha E, and y'all already know we take the hottest headlines in music, sports, and entertainment and determine whether it's for the culture.
Or simply for clicks.
Y'all come back and see us.